great peoples in the law corner, and making and bridging down the gap between the law students and as well as the great minds in the legal fraternity. And that is a very actually commendable work. So it's like to congratulate Mr. Farhan that he's doing actually a great job, and it is a good opportunity that he is joining with us, and he will be sharing his views and his ideals, which will help viewers like you to grow in future, because he, as you can see, that he is still a student entrepreneur, and being a student and handling other tasks is never easy. So welcome Farhan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Shubham. It's a pleasure to be here. I would also like to thank Sai Vikrant for the invitation to join for this session. It's really a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to have an amazing talk with you today.
Thank you, Farhan, for joining us. And as I have already said that you are a student entrepreneur, so I'd like to ask, start from something from your law school. So, what kind of other activities do you also like in law schools, and what generally interests you most in a law school? Does the books that interests you more, or is the events like moot courts, counselings, and this type of events interest you more? So, what is your take on it?
I think mooting was actually never my area, and speaking, I was not really very comfortable with speaking at the start of law school. But then I think law school is very hard, and it teaches you the path to be a speaker as well. Initially, I was very much interested in researching, and I went ahead to write multiple research papers and present it in front of different audiences. Initially, I started writing on different social issues where I was associated with the People's Union for Civil Liberties. Later on, I started moving towards the Indian Social Institute, and I had a number of papers in my name. After that, I presented a few in Kerala as well. So it's been a nice experience to present papers as such, rather than moving towards mooting culture.
Yeah, so you believe in researching, and that is a good part. So, what interests you most in the research? Like how you were tended towards your research? Because as of now, what we have also looked from Law Essentials, it is all about mentioning the
I think it's a very important part in every law student's perspective. And research methodology very much interested me, the different ways of how research is done. And my teacher, of course, Miss Pauline Priya, who's the current vice principal of my college, I think she's done a commendable job on explaining research methodology in a very interesting way. So I personally went ahead to different aspects, looking at different social issues, basically. Because one of my sirs named Shujatullah, he told me that you should always work with something which is close to your heart and choose a topic. I always asked him to select a topic for me to research, but his stance was that a person must choose a topic which is close to his heart. Only then you can move into the depths and research.
Yeah, so that's a good point to note on. So would like to come towards your platform. So as you have like, it is not that you have established this platform over a year now. It has been started few months back, and I hope that a few days back only you celebrated your 5 months for Law Essentials. So congratulations. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, so on that note, what do you like to say that you have associated so many advocates, as well as you have been doing good number of webinars, workshops, and a lot of events. So that is what you are trying to do, like bridging out the gap between the students and the reality of law platform. So what idea did came up when you started this platform? Because it's never easy. We know that during the lockdown only you started, but it is never so easy to start something. So what is your plan, and how did you execute it? Is there anyone who also supported in this, your friends or your batchmates or your legal fraternity, like teachers and anything?
I think coming up with this platform has been very interesting over the past few months. I think it has been a very long journey from where it started with a very small WordPress site to building it into a .com. First of all, I reached out to my CLAT friend who is Abhinav Anand. He is a student of DSNLU. And I just said this idea that, many people are not able to connect what they are actually studying in law school to what is actually applicable in the real life. So I thought we really need to create a platform wherein which we are trying to bridge the gap between what we are studying in an academic curriculum to what is actually practiced in the field. Many times it happens that you know how everything works, you know how a law is applicable in a particular case, but you really don't know how the procedure of it. So I think drafting is one of the main part, and we have been trying to inculcate webinars, which teach students drafting in different aspects. So I think that way we are trying, and then we have come up with three different new, two international centers and one national centers. I think it all works towards researching and understanding how it is really connected to the real life scenario.
Yeah, so you have been growing on a very rapid rate, Farhan. So that's a very nice part on you. So last time when we had a chat, you mentioned that you like to grow as well as you tend to move forward. So this time, I'd like to ask you that who is that one person do you look upon to move yourself way ahead? Because everyone tends to look at someone so that they push themselves a bit forward, and everyone they have role models. So who is your role model whom you think that this is the person whom I can inculcate and I can move forward?
I think you had asked this question earlier, and then my answer, I think I wouldn't change this time as well. It has been always my dad, and he's been very supportive of me throughout. From the start of law school, he's been very supportive. He's been encouraging me to do different activities into different areas. He always wanted me to grow into a different personality. He never wanted the struggles which he had in his life to actually affect me in my career. And I think he is doing still a lot in my career as well.
Yeah, so that's a good part because last time we shot, we couldn't reach out the same to our viewers, and I hope that this time our viewers would certainly know that it is generally always not necessarily that the role model should be anyone from apart from your family. That there could be someone who is from your family, like your father or mother, and you can. Like see them and get the experience from them and can move forward. So coming on to the next one, that like do you in your, as you see that nowadays lot of legal entrepreneurs have come up, and you generally have been associated with a lot of platforms, so you must be knowing that there are a lot other platforms growing up each day. Like if you see each day there are a lot of platforms going on, but this also has been seen, like you must be personally also facing that as the law schools are starting to open, and they have started the online classes, and now the exams have started on, and lot many things, and after a few days it might happen the law schools may open like perfectly how it was like going to the colleges. So how difficult it becomes to maintain both the things, because law students you can't leave your studies, because that's very important thing, a very important aspect of your life. But you can also, you have, as you have started a platform, it's important to handle that also. So how it becomes very important to manage the both things, and how you are able to do it right now, and how you are sparing your times to both the things in general, how you're managing the time, because that's what viewers would like to know, because that's a very important problem in our youth.
I think time management is very essential, and as you talked that the online classes have been started, I think it really takes that extra bit of effort you apply, because after a very tiring day of classes, you still need to go ahead in your entrepreneurial journey. So I think first of all, you should prioritize what's important, what's coming next. And I think I read one of Mr. Jayant Bhatt's article, which he usually posts on LinkedIn. So he said that, get writing with your chitbits and prioritize what's important and do what's first, and remove the chitbits and throw it after it's done. I think I've started practicing that from Mr. Jayant, but I think he's really an inspiration for all of us.
Yeah, he is. We also, and that is a good suggestion that people can also follow him. So, would like to ask you, Farhan, that what I have seen and what most of the people have seen, that when you start growing something, there are peoples, there are around you who try to push you back. So I think that the same has also been faced by you. So how you're able to tackle this problem, because this is a very general problem that needs to be understood. And as you are in this field and you are also been doing great from last 5 months, it becomes very important to share your views so that the viewers can get knowledge of it and they can move them forward. Because these are the things, if you face criticism, you take a back and you think that let all these things stop because you can't take the criticism. So how you are able to do it, how perfectly you are able to do it, and what motivates you that okay, the day was off but the next day will be good. So how do you practice for that, how do you move forward?
I think in our legal industry in our country, I think it's all about supporting each other and pushing forward. I think many of the advocates have reached out to have been very reasonable in helping me out. They have put their efforts. I think Nabila ma'am, Ashit sir, they have actually reached out to me themselves and pushed me towards growing better and at a faster pace. So like you asked, I think. I just forgot that question. If you can cut it out. Can you just repeat that question?
Yeah, mindset, and you are able to like no issues will come back stronger the next day and will push it out, then you are able to do it. What is your think about it? Do you do something about it, and how you tend to make yourself move forward?
I think you should always push yourself, push your limits on how much you can do. You should always look up to people. You should have to look up to those influencers who are actually doing something great. I think many times people try to push you down, but it's not about pushing you down. It's about constructive feedback. Whatever feedback you get, I think you should take it very positively. You should very much, try to inculcate those feedbacks into yourself. Try to improve towards it.
Yeah, so that's a good point to have. So as we are talking about law essentials, it becomes very important to know the vision of law essentials. And as you are a founder, so what is your vision of law essential? As you said before that it is all about bridging down the gap, but apart from that, what expires and how do you see that, how you will take these things 5 years or 2 years from now, and where do you see that after 2 years or after a few years you will be able to serve the people? Because what we do, I feel, is all about serving the law students and as well as the legal fraternity. So how you are planning, what is your vision towards making this goal come true of bridging down the gap of between you and your team and the law platforms or law essentials?
I think first of all, when we are trying to build the journal, we are trying to provide a space for law students to research and publish their and get recognition. Also, if you would have seen the National Law School of India review, it has been recognized a number of times in the Supreme Court of India, where many of its articles have been laid down in judgment. So I think I would really like to strive the Law Essentials Journal to that extent, wherein which even the Supreme Court will take up articles published in our journals. So I think that's one area I would like to focus on. The other areas, as I was talking to you about the centers, I think researching into those centers, I think it's mergers and acquisitions, intellectual property law, and one new aspect which we have come up is with integrative law, which is the lawyers as peacemakers. So I think many people would be interested in researching and getting to know what's actually in the field. We have tried to bring in a lot of lawyers to mentor the students personally. That way they would be able to understand what's happening in the field, but it's all done virtually, that at the convenience of the persons involved.
Yeah, so that is a good note to note on. So, would like to ask you for a brief summary or suggestion, if you like to give to the people who out there who also dreamed of having entrepreneurship in general, not only about law. They have thought of starting something, but they are not able to do. So, what suggestion do you want to give that how they can start, so that what problems you face they don't have to face and they can move on and make things better? So what suggestion do you want to like to give on that?
I personally think that entrepreneurial journey is all about starting and doing it. It's just implementation, and there is no starting point. You will have to do your groundwork and just get going with. There's no particular date to start with. As soon as the idea pops into your mind, you are an entrepreneur. and you should just keep focusing that every day will be better. You should just focus that every day is a new day, and you should just face all the challenges which are upcoming on you. So with that note, I would say.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you that yeah, you and you have a team that supports you. So how you are able to manage the people around you and make them also focused towards work, because that is a job of a leader. That how they do, people try to like reculcate them, and they have to they do the similar things. So how you able to manage the things, how you're able to manage the people around you, that they should also work upon, what ideas do you give them, and how you think that ki, okay, if I am doing these things and if I will grow in future, then I am also taking these people to the in the future. So how you have come up of tackling all these issues?
I think we have a very unique culture in the Law Essentials teams that we get on a call every night to discuss what's our next step. So I think that has helped a lot in our journey till now. We try to understand each other's perspectives and how we can go ahead. We try to implement things, sort out things at that point of time, at a particular time at 9 every day. So I think every platform, every team, which comes together, they must have that personal touch, personal connect, which you have with each other in order to work better.
Okay, that's a good thing that you have said. So, do you expect that 5 years from now or 10 years from now, you and your team would take Law Essentials to a greater level? Have you planned something very great, and are you motivated enough to take these things to the next whole level? Because when I have talked with lot of law platforms over this platform only, so they have said that they have some other plans after 5 years or 6 years, and they are also doubtful regarding their platforms, that if they are able to take up from there or not. So have you, and as a platform, I feel that if you have started, then even after 10 years you should continue, even though you have a lot of work. So have you thought in the similar way, or you have your own thoughts different?
I think many of the organizations don't really plan on a long-term perspective. For me, it's all about a long-term goal wherein I'm trying to establish a really highly quality journal where we are going to publish research papers with higher quality, but we are going to charge them a meager amount. So we will particularly scrutinize the research papers which we receive as submissions a lot. So in that way, we are looking for a very long-term perspective that this journal is going to go a long way.
Yeah. So that was a good part from you. So as you move on, you I so it would be a good thing. So which year are you in right now?
I'm currently in my third year. I just completed my the third year.
Yeah, so on that part, I'd like to ask you that as I able to connect with you on that part. So as you move on, you see that when the years comes on, when you are growing towards the latter phase of life, like fifth year, fourth years, you will know that you will have lot of books to read, and as well as the law books are very well necessary. So on that part, when you have lot of things, do you stock up your work till then, or what do you think that you make yourself your work before only, so that you get your time to read? Because these are the things that you need to plan out. So do you and your team also plan out such things, or do you believe on that part that what happens, let it happen at latter stage, or do you plan before only, that okay, this is my time, this is my time to do, as you have already said about priority? So what priority do you give in planning out every such things of studying law books, as well as reconnecting with your teachers, giving then time to Law Essentials? How do you plan out everything as such?
I think academics is a very important part. Without my academics, I don't think this platform even means anything. So focusing on academics would always be the first priority, but leaving out an entrepreneurial journey will also be not fair on my part after starting this platform. We always try to inculcate the persons who are free into the organization, and if they are unavailable, we try to allot that work to someone else who is in the position to complete that task. So I think in a team, it's all about how you divide the work, how the work is done. It's not about who does the task, it's about how effectively the task is done.
Yeah, so that is a good thing on your part. And as we come to an end, so like to ask you that what suggestions or what ideas do you want to give or you want to give to the viewers so that they don't get demotivated at any point of time, and what they should think if they feel demotivated of at any time so that they get motivated to work, because it happens with us, as we are also youth, that we can't change. We do not have lot of experience and we do get demotivated at some point of times. But what do you think and what do you feel from your inside to keep yourself going on, and you think that "Ki, this makes me motivated and can also motivate others"?
I think I always have this mantra in my life that to stand apart from the rest, you have to be the best. So I think if you inculcate this mantra into your life, that you need to be the best, you can't be just one among the rest, I think you will go a long way. This proverb has motivated me a lot in many of my hard times, and I think everyone should inculcate this into their life.
That's nice to talk to you on that part, Farhan, and I hope that our viewers would have get lot of knowledge and would have inculcated lot of values from you. And I would like to say that you are very, I am not wrong. If I'm not wrong, you are very concentrated toward your values and you value your values a lot. So. On that part, would like to take a leave from you and also say our viewers that you can connect with Farhan anytime. He's available on LinkedIn, and if you want to connect him on Law Essentials, you can very well do that. He's very well helpful to do that on your part. And if you want to get any issues, he can every time help you. I think that Farhan will help any of you if you have any issues. And recently he has also come up with his journal, so which has also got ISSN number. So if you want to have any issues on that, you can anytime take the help from Farhan. So thank you, Farhan, for joining us. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much, Shubham. Have a nice day.
Thank you.